The entire world was still. There is no trading activity. There is no business transaction. There is no movement of goods. The entire world is still. Yes, what we are talking about. Way back in 2019, the situation what the entire world is facing, what we call as a pandemic. It is a great lesson we learn from that pandemic, and it insists us to know about the catastrophic events which may happen at any point of time. So the lesson what we have learned here is the concept of risk and the concept of uncertainty. Greetings to all of you. I am Madhusudan, Assistant Professor, Kristu Jayanti College, Department of Management. Today, the discussion is all about the insurance and risk management. It is very need of the day. Why? Because the lesson what we have learned from the entire pandemic is force us to do something to know about this situation. So that is why the reason we are here to discuss about the insurance and risk management. Coming back, the insurance and risk management is having a two different components. One is the risk management, another one is the insurance. Both are associated, closely associated with each other. So by the same time, the insurance and risk management consists of 5 different chapters in our curriculum. The first chapter talks about the risk management. The entire chapter we are going to talk about the risk management. And the second chapter we are going to talk about the insurance and the history, because it is very much important for us to know how this insurance industries are emerging in India. What is the business space we are giving for that insurance industry is very much important, where we have to know about that. So the second unit gives more importance to the insurance brief history. And the third unit where we are going to talk about life insurance compensation, LIC. So the classification of insurance industries are classified into life insurance and general insurance. So the third chapter goes to life insurance. And the fourth chapter, we are going to talk about the very important aspect of insurance, which is the claim management. How the claims are happening in the insurance industry, how the insurance industries are generating revenues, and out of that revenues, how the settlements are happening in an insurance point of view as well as the client point of view. Both the aspects we are going to discuss in that particular chapter. And the last chapter, what we are going to discuss is the general insurance. So this is what the entire glimpse of the chapters what we are going to discuss in this insurance and risk management subject. So here I have a small presentation which talks about the entire things about the syllabus, which will help you to understand the things in a better way. I'll share the screen. So here we go. It is a core paper, BBA A04A 52 is a course code. Insurance and risk management is the course title. It is a 4-credit paper. Yes, of course, 4-credit paper consists of 60 hours. So coming back, this is the course objectives and course outcomes. After attaining this or after learning the subject, we have to able to come out of this course outcomes. You have to attain this course outcomes in a due course of our learning process. And the objective of the course is to enable the students to understand the various aspects of life insurance as well as general insurance. Yes, of course, in the introduction, I told you the insurance are classified into 2 different major categories. One is life insurance and general insurance. After completing the course, it is very much important for every student to know about a vivid knowledge about what is general insurance, what is life insurance, how it is operating, all those things you have to know about. So that is what the course objective is on. What's the course outcome? After completing the syllabus, the student want to know how to calculate the risk, how to analyze the risk, how to calculate the risk, and they want to know how the industry, called as an insurance industry, evolved across the globe, and what is the current scenario of the insurance industry. Is there any possibility for me to enter into this insurance industry? Because we are moving towards the entrepreneurship area. So it is closely associated with that part also. And by the same time, it also have a gives an overview about various products which are available in the insurance industry and the concept of insurance and reinsurance, claims, how to approach the claim, and what are all the procedures to do with the claim management. All those things we have to know about that. So coming back, the unit one talks about already I told the risk management, risk, different types of risk, definitions of risk, various process of risk assessments and evaluation. What are all the factors considering uh, the selection of risk? And we are going to talk about another two different words which is called as perils and hazards. So these are all the things we are going to discuss in the first chapter. And the second chapter consists of insurance industries. It is a brief history. The histories are classified into two different categories. One is pre-nationalization, that era, and post-nationalization, second era. So in a detailed manner, we are going to discuss about these two things. By the same time, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, IRDA, Indian Contract Act, Insurance Act, and special features of Insurance Act. Also, we are going to cover in this particular chapter. Life insurance, particularly LIC, the introduction, principles of LIC, what are all the various products which are available now, LIC, and mortality, different sources of data, and we are going to talk about some numerical methods, how these mortalities are calculated, and occupational hazards, different types of premiums which are available, factors affecting the premiums, all those things we are going to cover in this life insurance. By the same time, the fourth important chapter, what we are going to talk about is claim management and reinsurance. Those are different concepts. Claim management is different, reinsurance is different. So how the claims settlements are happening, what are all the legal framework, what are all the third-party administrations are going to happen in the claim management, and very important concept called the insurance ombudsman, consumer protection act, reinsurances, how the reinsurances are happening, what are all the different ways these reinsurances are happening, retention limits, methods of reinsurances, all those things we are going to discuss in this particular chapter called claim management and reinsurance. And the last chapter we are going to end up with general insurance. General insurance principles. What are the different types of general insurances? Particularly, we are going to talk about fire insurance, personal liability. What are all the different types of personal liability? Motor vehicle insurances, and various other insurances also we are going to talk about. And moreover, we are going to talk about agriculture insurance. So, what are the different terminologies they are using? How the risk covers are calculated, and all those things we are going to discuss in this particular insurance and risk management. That is general insurance. By the same time, these are all some of the references where we can have a wider knowledge about this insurance and risk management, particularly which is highlighted in a red color, is precisely having all these entire units are covered in that particular book. By the same time, skill development activity, it is a part of our curriculum. We are also having a practice of skill development activity. Why? Because it should not be stopped with a conceptual understanding. We want to convert that concept into a skill. So for that, we are having several activities. First one is to select any insurance company to examine various insurance policies offered by the company. Various insurance companies are there. So we come to know that what are all the various products which are available in that particular insurance company. And the second thing, the client process, what we have discussed in the chapter 4, want to be practically applicable. And you can select any one of the insurance industry, how the practically they are using the client management. You can go to the field and you can check with that particular process. Last one, generate the insurance policy quotation of various types of insurance. So these are all some skill development through which we can learn the practical aspects of insurance. are all some skill development activity which we are going to cover in this particular semester. At the same time, the pedagogy is very much important. And these are all the methods we are going to discuss this insurance and risk management. First one is mandatory interactive lecture we are going to talk about. And KJLMS, Customer Jointly LMS Learning Management System, effective robust LMS we are going to utilize for this particular subject. And flip classrooms, we have a couple of case study discussions, recent case studies we are going to discuss, and peer teaching is also there. So this is what a quick glimpse of the subject insurance and risk management and the procedure how we are going to go ahead in this particular semester. So my dear student friends, my humble request for you to prepare for all these kind of teaching pedagogy, ready to accept all these kind of teaching pedagogies. Why? Because it is a two-way communication. By the same time, your consistent support help me to have more interaction, to learn new things. At the same time, as I said earlier, it is a win-win situation. You also learn, I will also learn. Thank you. All the best.